Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to my tier 4 guide for the ULP contact missions. If you haven't seen the main guide with all the basic tips and tricks for the contact missions, check that out before this one so you can get up to speed of what exactly we are doing. In Asset Seizure, you can actually skip the entire mission by having something like a vigilante or any other lock-on vehicle, or even going as far as using a homing launcher to lock on to a van inside of the search area that you have to go through. Doing so will allow you to find the van without having to go to any of the signal jammer locations, avoiding any sort of combat that you might have to do. As soon as you find the van, you will have some people coming after you, but by utilizing sticky bombs and blowing up those cars, you should negate most of the damage that can be dealt to you. These cars will be faster than your van, so try to destroy them as quick as you can. Don't worry about throwing too many sticky bombs because they do not affect your accuracy stat. Cleanup is a whole different ball game. Before we get into this mission, I want to give a big thank you to the 702 Big Mac in my Twitch chat, where we basically collaborated and went back and forth into solving and cracking the code of this mission. If you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm throwing sticky bombs on these locked red doors because behind that there are typically some juggernauts already spawned there. By throwing 2 sticky bombs while in hard mode and 1 sticky bomb while in easy mode, you will be able to destroy these juggernauts ahead of time, preventing them from spawning later in the mission. This obviously also goes hand in hand with all the other juggernauts you can destroy before even getting to where I am now. But in order to save time on this guide, I'd like to refer you to the guide I did on this mission already, so you can know where the fuse locations are, as well as those other juggernauts. What we're going to be doing here though is we're going to be walking towards this red door location here, and then we're going to be going to the green door location here as well, and we're going to be throwing down 2 proximity mines because this way we'll be able to spawn kill the juggernauts spawning in. Now this is not a foolproof way because their spawns are going to be random, so I'm going to have to give you a bit of a warning. After you hack the second server, the juggernauts will start spawning in. With your proximity mines, it is highly possible that you kill most of these. There's 2 or 3 that will spawn in, and sometimes they won't show up on your radar like I'm showing on screen right now. So keep an eye on any sort of minigun fire that you might hear, and also on your radar to see where exactly they are spawning. If you're lucky, you'll be able to take down most of these juggernauts with those proximity mines that you have taken down. However, from my experience, it seems to be 2 or 3 of these juggernauts spawning in, so keep an eye on your radar as well as around you for any minigun fire for whenever they are around. You want to move slow and carefully here, and as soon as you are done with taking out those juggernauts, you again want to throw down a set of proximity mines at the green door and then 2 sticky bombs at the red door. As soon as you're done with hacking the 4th server, again, proximity mines should be going off, and then you can make your way slowly and carefully to this point here, and then bring out your sniper rifle and then do exactly what I'm doing on screen. Carefully look where the juggernaut is and then back up as much as you can, and then kind of just head glitch and shoot him in the face. From there, you want to start making your way towards the silo exit, take cover behind here and wait for the juggernaut to show up, and as soon as he fires his minigun, blow up the sticky bombs. Do not blow up the sticky bombs until he starts firing, because before he starts firing his minigun, he will have spawn protection and you won't be able to kill him. As soon as that juggernaut is down, you should be good to go, and then fire an RPG against the door so it opens and not affect your accuracy, and then whip out your heavy revolver and shoot down the juggernaut that will be roughly in this location. He won't be able to see you or shoot you, so just take your time and count your shots. From there, you want to move up to the wall on your left there, but obviously make sure that the fire is out before you do so you cannot take any damage. There's 2 different locations of where this juggernaut can spawn, either in the crate like shown on screen. If that happens, just blind fire an RPG. On easy mode, it will be just 1 RPG shot, and on hard mode it will be 2. There's also a chance of a juggernaut spawning over there, like in the gameplay now, and then you want to move up to the next corridor here, where you'll be able to see another one spawn, but you want to make sure that you kind of hug the one on the left there while you're still able to shoot him, while he won't be able to shoot you. Be very careful, pop in and out of cover if you want to be extra careful, and as soon as you took out that juggernaut, the rest of the way should be clear. Do still be careful though and check your corners before making a move, because the spawns are going to be random, and always make sure that if you do go for a shot, you will have a wall on your left so you can corner peek and shoot down the Juggernaut without taking damage. It is also worth noting, by the way, that this mission is probably best played in two parts. Part 1 being that you play the mission on hard without taking snacks or armor, and then going through it a second time on easy for any challenges you might have missed. Cleanup, sadly, comes down to a bunch of RNG, as well as the fact that those Juggernauts will take a lot less damage while playing on easy, as well as the fact that they will also hurt a lot less and are obviously a lot less accurate. As soon as you make your way out of the silo, you want to fire the RPG shot. As soon as you make your way out of the silo, you want to fire an RPG at the Annihilator spawning in, and as soon as that is down, you want to jump down right away. When parachuting down, there will be a helicopter behind you trying to shoot you, so what you want to do is you kind of want to take cover behind the mountain, if that makes any sense. Just keep swerving left and right until you are finally all the way down. Now, this is the part where I should mention the fact that you should have brought an armored Kuruma, because that is going to be a lifesaver at the end of this mission. When you are jumping down, by the way, make sure to have your RPG equipped and ready to go, because as soon as you get close to the Kuruma, there will be a car spawning. Don't miss, because that's a terrible idea. But if you do miss, there should always be a car there as well, so just blind fire the RPG against the truck and you should be good to go. As soon as you arrive at the silo, you still have to take out some Clifford mercenaries. Just simply stay in your armored Kuruma and just use a heavy revolver to shoot everyone if you still need to. There's also an alternative way of going down there if you feel like being a little bit extra safe in case you are not too sure about you hitting an RPG shot or just simply are getting a bit unlucky with it. There's this hut over here which you can parachute down to. It's a pretty decent way of not getting shot by the helicopter too. If you play it smart and you don't destroy the car that the enemies arrive in, you should be able to just kind of sneak around or just take those two out and then take the car to your Kuruma and then move on to the IAA facility indeed. And if you're still having trouble with this one, keep in mind that if you are playing this with multiple players, they can basically just carry you through the mission. If you're trying to do the no snacks challenge though, make sure that everyone in your team is not taking snacks, because you will void the challenge if any of your teammates are eating snacks, so keep that one in mind. Counterintelligence. Not really a whole lot to say about this mission, honestly, other than just showing you what route I took with the van. This one really comes down to looking at what's happening ahead of you when it comes to roadblocks from the cops, as well as where they are headed. Just try to avoid cops to the best of your abilities, I suppose, and if you're having trouble with taking too much damage, consider playing on easy mode instead. Extraction is another easy one. If you are in the garage, save yourself a bunch of time by just getting into the car, and then you have to go to either Harmony, the scrapyard, or Sandy Shores. All of these locations are best done by just taking an armored Kuruma and just directly driving up to where Agent Johnson is located, and then just pick her up without even shooting any enemies and then drive off. This way you'll be able to basically one-shot the entire tier 4 challenge for this mission. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Intelligence is another one that's not too difficult. Before you make your way to the FIB building at location A, you want to make your way to the construction site here, where you'll be able to pick up an outfit which will allow you to stealth through the mission. When you picked it up and you are inside of the building and on the second floor, you can then start doing some stealthing. You want to start off by going for the guy over here and then just wait until the next guy is going to be outside of the door. Take him out and then make your way up to the next two. The nice thing about this mission is that they seem to be completely clueless about their partner in front of them getting shot in the face, making stealth in this mission an absolute joke. You will have to go for headshots in this one because they are wearing body armor, so an assault shotgun with suppressor will not work here. Trust me, I've tried multiple things. Honestly, it seems that an AP pistol or any sort of gun with a suppressor, by just shooting them in the head, is the best way to go about it. Another great idea is looking on your map to see where the agents are located, so you can see if they're not in their field of view. Don't try to shoot any plants because vegans will probably get very upset with you for shooting at nature, and then you want to just continue continue on taking out enemies until you got the last 2. And then it's time for a good old-fashioned case of trying to find a needle in a haystack, because these objectives that you have to find are incredibly tiny. Normally I don't have much trouble with trying to find tiny objects, but yeah, this one was even difficult for me, so that says a lot, really. I had one of them spawn literally on top of a table, which is just a bit of a nuisance. So yeah, just keep going through every nook and cranny until you find them. Sadly, I don't have much to say here. In the second location, you should disable the fuse boxes before you head in to avoid any sort of alarms or anything like that. The first one you can find over here, and the second one you can find over here. Once inside, it's a matter of trying to find a tiny object in a dark space. I've not really got much experience with that one, so again, I was really struggling. It's just a matter of like shining your flashlight around and hoping you find something shiny blinking in the air. It's sadly the only thing I can say here. And now, the most fun mission of them all, Operation Paper Trail.
This is where the fun begins.
We want to start off by bringing your armored kuruma and parking it in the location that I'll be showing on screen. The reason why is because of the later stages of the mission, we'll be parachuting down and avoiding an enemy this way, and well, avoid also getting shot. From there, you want to start stealthing your way through the first and the second section of the mission. Keep in mind that if you're trying to shoot down the drone, to not shoot it down too close to enemies that are in the back of the lot there, because they will hear that shot and they will see you destroy the drone. Use an AP pistol or any other silent weapon for headshots inside of this mission, and keep doing so until you find the keycard. For the sake of the guide, I'm showing you the best way to kill all the enemies in this section and as well on the second floor, just in case you are in need of that. Once you're on the second floor, you want to take cover behind this wall and then take out this guard and then make your way to the next bit of here. You will be waiting until the guard on the right there will be making its way all the way behind the wooden walls. This way he won't be able to hear you shoot the 2 guards and you can take them out with ease. Then you want to move off to the left and then start taking him out and move up towards the next section. There you will be able to take down the drone and then the final guard. The third floor is indeed where the fun begins, he said sarcastically, because you want to be utilizing cover and sticky bombs and blind fire RPG shots as much as you can. If you're thinking about making any money in this mission doing it this way, you can think again, because that's definitely not going to happen. Keep using cover and throwing down sticky bombs, and keep an eye out if it's relatively clear before you move up. That left side there, where they're gonna keep coming down from those stairs, I guess you can call them. Sorry, my English is failing me there. You can just keep blind firing RPGs their way, and as well as behind cover enemies that are in front of you too. As soon as you see that there's no way to throw down any more sticky bombs, you can move up and then take out the drone that is going to be at the far back there. A little difficult to see, but you know, maybe bring your magnifying glasses or use a sniper rifle if you're having a big trouble trying to find where he is. Continue blind firing RPG shots for enemies that are behind cover, so that way your likelihood of getting shot is definitely a lot lower. I'm going to be completely honest with you here. Again, this is one of those missions where you probably want to do this twice. Once on hard without taking any snacks, and the second time for any additional challenges you might have to do. Because honestly, I'd argue that it might not really be worth the headache of trying to one-shot this. It is possible, but you have to be incredibly careful. As soon as you're told to damage Duggan's helicopter, you want to just simply ignore that and jump off the construction site. Then, when in the air, you want to use your left stick and keep tapping that forward to gain some additional distance and avoid basically getting shot from the ground enemy that is going to spawn there. Then you want to make your way onto this hill and then start sniping everyone that is going to be on the roof there. Make sure to try to take out as many enemies as you possibly can, and if you have a thermal scope, try to utilize that to get a better understanding of where all the enemies are. Make sure that you take down Duggan, because if you do so, there will be no drone spawning at the end of the mission. Also, as soon as you take down Duggan, there will be a car spawning, so keep that in mind. Once you sniped everyone on the roof and Duggan is down, you can make your way to the next location where there will be one enemy on top of the staircase. Simply take him out as soon as he pops out of cover while in your Kuruma with your heavy revolver Mark II, and then as soon as he is down, you can make your way up the stairs. As soon as you arrive in this section, be a little bit careful. I've seen some enemies spawn here, especially if you don't snipe all the enemies on the roof. It is a possibility that they will be there. Before you make your way fully to the roof, have a look around before you climb all the way up the ladder to make sure there's no additional enemies waiting for you there. Then make your way to the right, where there will be at least one enemy there waiting for you to try to kill you. Take him out, and then the rest should be totally fine. You will still hear some drone sounds after you take down Duggan, by the way, but they will not actually be there. That's just an audio bug that you don't have to worry about. As soon as you grab the briefcase, you can just exit the way that you came from, and then you can just get back in your Kuruma and deliver the briefcase to the drop-off. And that is all there is to it. Thank you all very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and if you like what you see on the channel, become a member like Chloe, GTA Plus, Left Lane Looney, OnlyFans Made Me Do It, The Tourist Jam, and the Vinewood Car Club. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later. If you thought this was bad, wait until you see San Andreas Mercenaries. Oh, that's fun to do solo.